All right, I think we have Dr. Raquel Fortun, a forensic pathologist, on the phone with us. Hi, Doc. Good afternoon. Can you hear me now?
Yes, good afternoon. Hi.
All right. So I was asking that first off, the sample was taken, the urine sample in question was taken 2 weeks after her death. And we also have to consider, of course, that Christine's bladder was also declared empty in the initial medical legal report. So how does this now affect the integrity of this urine sample?
I don't know what's exactly happening except for bits and pieces released, apparently by the National Bureau of Investigation. So my questions remain, and classically you will be asking in a case like this exactly what was obtained, how was it recovered, meaning that alleged urine sample, and then what test will it undergo, and if there are results, then you'll have to be reviewing everything from the chain of custody, methodology, the results, is this even significant, all of those things. It's very hard to really make a conclusion at this point, especially at my end.
All right, fair enough. But is it also possible, Doc, that this is actually not urine? Is it possible?
So it really depends on the documentation of what the NBI actually found. Was it really in the bladder? Was the bladder still intact? Because we're dealing with, as you said, a body that's been dead several days, that had been embalmed, and that had been allegedly or reportedly previously autopsied. So you're expecting changes in the body, like a previously autopsied body, if it was really done in a standard way, would entail removing all of the internal organs, the bladder included. And everything is dissected, including the bladder, and that means opening it up. And in the previous report, it was really specifically stated that the bladder was empty. So now it's the PNP's word versus NBI. So what's actually happening? If that alleged fluid was not in the bladder, or the bladder was not intact, then that raises the issue of could it have been just embalming fluid. So I'm not in a position to really categorically say, what's right, what's wrong, what's happening.
All right. Now, given, of course, all this confusion and seeming contradictions that the case is facing at the moment, is it possible that this case can still be solved with the help of forensic pathology?
Well, forensic pathology-wise, an examination of the body could show you some natural disease process or significant injury which could explain death. That is one issue that we could help with. However, if this is a case of intoxication, it's more of the pertinent negatives. She did not have this, she did not have that. One classic example I can cite is, was there really that so-called aneurysm? That's very easy to see or not see. And I'm interested in the NBI findings because that was the cause of death as categorically stated. She died of a ruptured aneurysm, specifically in the aorta. That is easy to disprove. So I'm waiting for the autopsy findings of NBI. And from the point of view of forensic pathology, that is something we can do because we look at structural changes. However, what if there was nothing significant to explain cause of death in terms of abnormality in the organs, etc.? Then this would tend to point to something very non-specific, and intoxication from something or several agents can actually be the reason why you're not seeing anything. And this is where another branch of forensic science, which is forensic toxicology, would be more helpful than forensic pathology.
All right, so it's a completely different field, forensic pathology and toxicology. Thank you so much, as usual, for all the insights. Forensic pathologist, Dr. Raquel Fortun.